Welcome to the BankFirst Ranger Hour. Super Talk Mississippi 93.7 Spotlight on Northwest Community College. And you can listen to our live stream at supertalknorthms.com. Just click on the link for the BankFirst Ranger Hour. Now, here's your host, Gary Darby.
Welcome into another show, my friends. It is now 9:07, and we will do what we call the BankFirst Ranger Hour. All things Northwest Community College coming your way on this Thursday, July 25th. First, we speak with Kelley Coleman. Kelley is an academic advisor and retention coach. This is week 3 of 5. We will stay in the building they called ARC and talk about things with advisors there on the campus. Kelley's going to talk with us about advising students and how she connects with them on a basis of keeping up with what they do and how they, as far as students, need the help of the retention center. So Kelley will be on first. And then Marla Kennedy, who is a CTE counselor, will come on next to highlight a few programs. We're going to talk about the Industrial Electronics Engineering Technology program, which is going on in Batesville, and then also in Batesville at the concourse there, the Marketing Management Technology program. Marla will tell us all about that in the second half of the show. We'll catch you up on other NWCC news before we are done. Today's show presented by BankFirst, and it's all things Northwest Community College. So we get started. We go back to the Academic Advising and Retention Center and get a advising and retention coach by the name of Kelley Coleman. First guest on the show next.
This hour is everything Northwest. Your connection to Northwest Mississippi Community College and powered by BankFirst. Thanks for joining us on the BankFirst Ranger Hour. Join the conversation now by texting 662-426-1093.
Please do, but we always encourage you to be safe when you're doing that texting at 426-1093. In our second portion of the program, Marla Kennedy is going to join us, CTE counselor, talking things in the concourse and Batesville. But now part 3 as we go back to the Advising and Retention Center and bring in the title of Academic Advising and Retention Coach. Kelley Coleman's on the phone lines with us. Kelley, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Gary.
Is that right? You are a coach, right? That's the official title of Kelley's job at NWCC.
That is correct. I'm an academic advising coach, and I also am over one of our advisors for our Compete to Complete program as well. And I can talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But, yeah, so I definitely do both parts of that. Okay.
Excellent. So we try and get a little background information out of our first-time guests. The people listening need to know a little bit more about you, kind of how you got to Northwest situation, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, sure. So I'm originally from Tunica, Mississippi. I grew up there. And then when I left for college, I actually went to Northwest. I went to Northwest for 2 years and graduated, and then transferred to Ole Miss, got my degree in social work, and then also went to the University of Alabama, where I received my master's degree in social work. I met my husband here at Northwest in 2009, and we've been together ever since and got married in 2015. So definitely have a lot of roots at Northwest. Some of my favorite teachers are here. I will also be in the Alumni Spotlight. That's going to be posted tomorrow on our Facebook for Northwest because just, working here, being an alumni. How I got to Northwest, like I said, I got my degree in social work. I did Child Protective Services for 9 years, and we moved to Senatobia, and I just wanted to, definitely give back to the community, which I love so much, and the school that I enjoyed my time here, and a job came open, and I just had to take that leap, and they're building this great new department, and I just had to be a part of that, and so that's kind of what got me back to Northwest. It's just I'm still helping people. I love young adults and adults, and that part is like my niche of my I guess, my clientele, like of people that I love to be with. And so this was just the perfect opportunity for me to transition from what I was doing to something new.
I think we can hear the passion that Kelley has for Northwest Community College, is how it's kind of shaped her life and her family along the way. So what do you do? Let's take through a typical day. You're gonna talk to the old radio guy for about another 10 minutes or so, and then what, Kelley, will you do the rest of the day, or what is, if there is, a typical day for you when school is actually in session that you keep up with your students?
So when school's in session, so we've already registered and they're already knowing, we already got a plan. We do a lot of the retention part of that, and that's just like making sure that they're doing okay. Are we going to class? Are we struggling with our grades? Sometimes teachers will reach out to me about my students if they're maybe something, if they're not doing what they need to do, or if they have some concerns. So it kind of helps bridge that between the student as well as the teacher. I'm kind of like that middle person that can try to help them figure out what's going on or how can we make it better. Or it's also praising them for when they do really well, because I can see their grades. And so if I know they've been struggling in a subject and I go and look, I can see that, maybe they made that 100 on that test they really, were really worried about. And so I can praise them for that, and also just kind of help, give guidance whenever needed with that part of it when school is in session.
Talking with Kelley Coleman this morning. And so you mentioned, like, I guess normal students, we'll call them, those that just graduated and are stepping into college at a typical age, and then people that go back to college. Do you find that an adult is maybe more appreciative? I don't want to say that maybe a first-year or second-year student is not happy someone's looking and watching out for them, but us older people sometimes need that help too.
Yeah, I think a lot. I think also it depends on, the age. I think technology has changed so much, and so they may need a little extra guidance because we do a lot of things on Canvas. They do online classes, just helping them navigate that. Things have also changed when they were in school about how we do financial aid. I don't know all the financial aid information, but I can at least get them started and point them in the right direction. I think that's a lot of what our older, just non-traditional students sometimes, or adult students, they just need a plan. Tell me, how do I get from here to here, and help navigate that seamlessly? Because I know that's what I would want if I was going back to school, and that's the way I definitely look at it. Is things have changed even when I was in school, and I'm going to need that help. So providing that. Also with adult learners who went and maybe they stopped out and they're wanting to come back, that's kind of when I also mentioned that C2C program. So we have a program in the state of Mississippi and Northwest, also as a part of it, where we help adult learners come back to school. It's a program. There's two parts of it. One's like a support system, kind of like advising. That's the program part. And there's also a grant part. And so if you meet the certain requirements that are the financial requirements, as well as other type of demographic information, like if you have children and things like that, you could potentially receive a $1,000 grant for that Compete to Complete for our students. And so that helps a lot of our returning adult learners be able to financially, pay for that, because a lot of them are also working full time. And so this is just that little bit of extra that we can maybe help them to get them back into school, because we want them to receive that associate's degree and help them to move on to whatever their next step is.
100%. Talk to us about the RN program at the DeSoto campus.
So this is really exciting. So I advise a lot of students who are doing pre-health science, and we're doing nursing. And one of the barriers that sometimes we get is our nursing program here at Northwest. It's a Santobia campus. It's thriving. It's busting at the seams. And so they're building a brand new, beautiful building at the DeSoto campus out on Church Road. That should be completed very soon, and I know the nursing department is looking forward to lots of new applicants to come in for the 2025 fall session. And so I know I've got a lot of students who will be working really hard this semester to getting those prerequisites and getting prepared to submit those applications. So we're really excited about Northwest continuing to grow and in all the areas that we're seeing needed in different communities, just to help I guess, like I said, just grow and thrive in the areas that are needed, like nursing, like in healthcare.
Are we still registering for classes? Is that still open?
Yes, we are. We are still registering for classes, so you can come into our office and we can help you get set up. I don't know the dates yet, but I know we will be posting on social media about open registration dates. Those will probably getting closer to about the first or middle of August. So be looking forward to seeing that on social media if you want to know when open registration is. But yes, you can walk in right now to Yallowbusha Hall. That's where I'm located. And be able to get your classes set up. Financial aid is also in there, as well as admissions. And if interested in housing is also listed. So it's a one-stop shop, so you can get a lot done in that one building.
Maybe we've piqued the interest of adult learners or moms and dads of incoming students or whatever. What's the best way for them to find out more information on these things we've discussed today?
So they can always go to the Northwest website. It's easy to navigate. You can find the Compete to Complete program, anything that you need. But if you're not able to, you're more than always welcome to call our office, and we can either talk to you over the phone, or you can come in to see us, or we can help navigate. But we do have a really great website that has all that information.
Last information from you before we move on, and Marla talks with us about the concourse in Batesville. What would you like to say?
I just say, we're so excited to have new students. We're growing. We want to see that continued growth. And any questions that anybody has, please feel free to contact us. I know I do. I love to help people. I love to help them get where they need to go. And so we're here for y'all. And please, come check out Northwest. It's a really great place to be.
Let me say this before I do let you go. You are the third of the people that we've talked to at the building there in Yallowbusha with ARC. And it seems like it's a fun team and a fun group of people maybe for you to work with, and you guys call yourselves a coach, but it seems like you're a great team and a great group of individuals that are doing this job. Oh, for sure. We have a lot of fun in our office, and we enjoy being around each other. I think some of us even live in the same neighborhood, so we see each other all the time, as well as when we leave work. So we have built a really good, coworker relationship with each other, and that bouncing ideas off of one another. And also sometimes we have to, tag team in with the student to help them get where they need to go. So we definitely do work close together as a team, and that's wonderful. A lot of jobs, that's where a lot of people you see job loss is they don't feel supported. But I think our department, I know I feel supported, and I definitely love the team that I work with, as well as my director, Dr. Emily Davis. She's amazing. She's a big part of how we continue to do what we do. Kelley, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you so much, Gary. I appreciated being on here and talking with you.
Kelley Coleman with us. She is an academic advisor and retention coach there at Northwest Community College. Gave us some time today, and we appreciate that, talking about all things that they do within that building itself, but then also the RN program that's coming up on the DeSoto campus. As she mentioned, so many going there instead of Joey. We know that the Oxford campus has it going on as well. Now, expanding it there into DeSoto County, and what a great program that has been. We've discussed that over time about the nursing program at Northwest Community College, and then the Compete to Complete program that she mentioned as well. Registration still going. northwestms.edu, my friends, to check it all out. Next up, we're going to discuss things in the Batesville Concourse. Marla Kennedy, the CTE counselor, will join us next.
Thanks for listening to the BankFirst Ranger Hour, your connection to Northwest Mississippi Community College on SuperTalk Mississippi 93.7 and streaming live at supertalknorthms.com. Just click on the link for the BankFirst Ranger Hour.
I'm going to continue to talk to our DeSoto, Marshall, and Benton County friends that are listening to us on SuperTalk 93.7 to this BankFirst Ranger Hour, because the National Weather Service continues to put out the flood advisory. It seems that that system has just kind of stayed where it is, from Olive Branch, as I mentioned, all the way over, actually, near Corinth, and it's dumping a lot of rain where it is. So if you're in those areas, you know that you're in that flood advisory. I don't have to tell you. But for those that might think you're going to one of those locations, a lot of rain happening in that portion of DeSoto and then the top part of Marshall and into most of, if not all of, Benton County at this point. And all those areas are in the Northwest Community College range as well, and so we pass that along. Marla Kennedy is patiently waiting for me to stop this. CTE counselor. Marla, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello.
You're not from any of those areas, are you?
I'm not.
No? All right. Well,
No.
let's get that background, and then we'll talk about you as a CTE counselor and a few of the things going on at the concourse. Tell us some about you, if you don't mind, and then how you made your way to Northwest.
Sure. So I'm a Senatobia native, so I've always known Northwest, and I'm alumni of Northwest. Moved away from home for a lot of years, moved back 7 years ago and started working at Northwest, and just completed my first year as the career tech counselor. So,
What made you make into that move? I know there's a lot of things that go into where we are today, but what got you into CTE?
My background from when I lived in Tennessee was working with at-risk youth and being a youth minister at a church. So I just love working with that demographic and kind of giving them advice and steering them toward making positive life choices and preparing to be an adult.
Yeah, well, that's tough for all of us, even that have been an adult for several years now.
That is the truth.
It's still difficult for an old man like me. So let's highlight a couple of programs, if you don't mind, that are there in Batesville and at the concourse. And first, if you will, explain to us what industrial electronics engineering technology might be.
Okay, so industrial engineering technology, which actually at the concourse is called industrial engineering automation controls, so it is a mouthful. So when you hear of maintenance people in factories, this is generally who you're talking about. However, this program focuses more on that electronic piece, working with AC/DC electrical. So some of those students come out doing residential or commercial electrical work, but a lot of them go on and work in factories. So they learn PLCs, they learn robotics, they learn how to keep those systems in factory going. And, of course, all industry is going to automation technology. Somebody has got to be able to fix those and troubleshoot when they go down or the companies are not making money. So that's what this program teaches. It's a wonderful program. My husband's a local corporate engineer, gets some of those students for interns, hopes they become full-time workers. That program also has a paid internship. So the first year is all on campus. The second year, part of their week, they are actually working for a paid internship. So it's a minimum of $16 an hour, a minimum of 16 hours a week, but most companies do more than that. So they're getting hands-on experience in a factory, in the industry, while actually coming back to the school and getting to talk to their instructors about what they've experienced and what they've learned or what they need to learn.
This is a 2-year program, you said?
It is a 2-year program, so it would be an Associates of Applied Science degree when they leave here.
And we have these conversations a lot, whether it is, with students in other portions of the academic world that, there have been students that have been on here before, and I know I've pushed this message a lot on this show for those that listen. There are students that go to Northwest Community College that come out and have made money by going to school with whatever it is, whether it has been, the grant money or whatever they may have gotten, Phi Theta Kappa, whatever it could be, to get them where not only do they get their associates or whatever degree and either are in the workforce or ready to go to a 4-year school, but they've got money in the pocket. So you're telling me with this program, somewhere in the middle portion of this, they can make at a minimum, or somewhere in there, I think you said, $16 an hour with a minimum, 16-hour work week. Is that what you said?
That is correct.
And so
that is correct.
They can learn, work, make money all at the same time, and then boom, I guess, is it in 2 years that they're in that workforce and ready to go full time? That's
it. 2 years, and this is a growing industry, so they are not going to have a difficult time finding a position. If they're ready and willing to work, they will get hired and put to work, and they will make good money coming out.
That was going to be the next question, and you answered it as what and how ready are the jobs out there. And I guess Northwest has done a really good job with its CTE programs, and most community colleges are embracing that and doing that now. Even a lot of our high schools are doing it within this area, I know, as well. It is amazing that there are a lot of jobs, because some of our, let's be honest, in this North Mississippi area, the unemployment rate is what we like to see. It's not huge, it's not there, but we do have plenty of jobs for people, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If they want to work, they will work.
And also in Batesville, marketing management technology, fill us in.
Yes. So marketing management, it used to be known as business marketing and management, but that program has just been revamped. It is an excellent program. It teaches social media marketing, digital marketing, event planning. There is no ACT requirement for that program. It is also a 2-year Associates of Applied Science degree. It's one I highly recommend for anybody who's an entrepreneur. They want to go out and start their own business, or just want to get their feet wet in marketing and go on and get their bachelor's at a university. But and especially those that come to tell me they want to do real estate, this is one I highly recommend that they do.
You're answering all like I told you, there were going to be light bulbs, right, that go on in my head. And as you were going through that, I was like, real estate people need this class.
Absolutely.
They need that. And look, they know marketing because they're marketing themselves. They're marketing the homes or land or whatever it is that they plan to sell. This does seem like something that any entrepreneur or business owner could take and do to really better themselves, because we know that in today's world, we're constantly looking online at whether it's Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or something, and you need to be able to handle all those things and promote your business.
Right, exactly.
And is this a 2-year program as well?
It is. It is a 2-year Associates of Applied Science degree.
So let me ask you something. At the concourse, is this a typical, we start at 8 a.m. and whatever, or do we have night classes? What is the situation there?
It is all-day class. Typically, that marketing and management, they're typically done by noon, so they can, absolutely have a job, in the afternoons if they wanted to while they're in school. Industrial engineering is, of course, a little more time-consuming because there's a lot of hands-on lab work that first year, but they are all-day programs.
Are you on the Senatobia campus? Is that where your office is located?
I am. I'm located on the main campus.
So let's just say, because, we do reach all of the Northwest counties, and I like to say we're in 11 counties, but there are, branches in DeSoto that people will be listening in close by. Here where the studio is in Oxford, you've got the branch over here, and I know we've got other locations. You can answer anybody's question from anywhere, correct?
Correct.
Or try.
I can attempt to. I can attempt to make those.
Yeah. I always toss that out, and people are like, well, if I don't know the answer, we'll figure it out.
Exactly.
And get there along the way. What else should we discuss before we're done here this morning?
I do want to mention, to get into that industrial engineering technology program, there is a special application for it. You can find it at northwestms.edu. Go to programs, go to career technical, and you'll be able to see all of our programs, and you can click on that link. It does require 15 ACT in English, or have taken English Comp, and a 17 ACT in math, or have taken college algebra. So those are the requirements for that program. But there is a special application for that. For the marketing and management, they just need to give me a phone call, and we can plug them in.
Excellent. Marla, that building there off I-55, the concourse as we call it now, is just unbelievable and a great thing for Northwest.
It is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just tremendous in all that they do there along the way. All right, my friend, it's nice to have that first conversation with you. It is done. You can go on and do what you do and counsel people in the CTE world. How's that sound?
That sounds good. Thank you, Gary. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Marla Kennedy is with us and talking with us about a couple of things in the CTE programs that are going on in Batesville. Industrial electronics. And as she mentioned with that, midway through, you get a paid internship. As she mentioned, most are making $16 an hour with a minimum of 16 hours. It just depends. So obviously there are several partners that they have that are helping those students out. And so you get to attend class while making money and then get out with that 2-year degree and boom, you're ready to go wherever. And as she mentioned, plenty of jobs available. And then the marketing management technology program as well. And I thought that was tremendous to gear towards, the maybe you're thinking about a business or being an entrepreneur and you want to know a few more things before you do. Or as she mentioned, the real estate world, where that course could be good for you as well. Check it all out again, northwestms.edu, as we encouraged you to do when we were talking with Kelley as well. 2 great guests on the program. Kelley Coleman with ARC, again, talking with us about different things there in the RN program going to DeSoto, Compete to Complete program as well. Then Kelley Coleman with the CTE World and counseling there, telling us those technology programs that are going on at the concourse in Batesville. 2 fine guests on our show today. We'll come back, we'll finish it up. Plenty of things still to do before 10 o'clock, so hold on.
We're talking Rangers this hour. Thanks for joining us for the BankFirst Ranger Hour. It's a special conversation about Northwest Community College. There's a campus near you, and you can join the conversation by texting to 662-426-1093.
Let's finish up our program, the BankFirst Ranger Hour. And let's also tie in student with the athlete. And we talk about, with all of our coaches, what they're doing on the field of play. And we have mentioned and will mention when we start to bring in these coaches during the sports season, this topic. But I thought we would do it before we're done on this program today. The Northwest football team was not only named the MACCC All-Academic Football Team of the Year, but they were named the NJCAA, the nation's All-Academic Football Team of the Year, while competing on the high level that they do, and they're currently ranked number 11 to begin this upcoming season. They were the All-Academic Football Team of the Year in all of NJCAA. To do that, they had a cumulative GPA of 3.13. Now, they won the title in 21-22 as well, but one of only 2 NJCAA football teams to finish with a team GPA of 3.0 or better. And you got to remember now, in this one, you're talking 50, 60 different guys on that football team. 3.13. Northwest has been over a 3.0 in the last 6 seasons. Now, it doesn't stop with just football, who got Academic Team of the Year, but you get baseball 3rd in the nation with 3.73. Lady Ranger Soccer, 3.69, was 8th among fellow NJCAA programs. And other Northwest teams that finished with a team GPA of 3 or better: softball 3.65, men's tennis 3.61, volleyball and women's tennis both had a 3.57 GPA. And then men's soccer 3.25 and the women's basketball team at 3.05. So the student in the athlete has been very good, or was very good, in the last semester. 75 Northwest students received individual all-academic honors from the NJCAA. 21 named to the all-academic first team, and to do that, you need a GPA of 3.6 or better during the academic year. And so just an unbelievable group, and a lot of 4.0s stuck in there as well. I'm looking at a long list of those. So congratulations to the 75 student athletes that earned NJCAA all academic honors, and to those teams for what they did as well in the classroom, plus, as we've talked so many times, with what they've done on the field, being the best in the nation in their sport, and now being the best in the nation in the classroom. And to the NJCAA National All-Academic Football Team of the Year for the 23-24 school year, your Northwest Rangers. They're getting ready, right around a month or so from kicking off another football season. Shout out to all of our student athletes, coaches, support staff, the academic staff as well, for the high marks achieved there. Friends, it's about time for us to head out. We will tell you to please go ahead and check out theheindlcenter.org. Start getting your tickets and ready for things in the fall. First is Donnie Edwards' Elite Tribute to Elvis. We had Donnie on the program before his show last time. He's back in during Elvis Week, and August the 17th, he'll be on stage again. Then by the end of August on the 23rd, an evening with Jeff Foxworthy and special guest Tammy Pascatelli as well. So a lot of things going on with the Heindel Center for the Performing Arts as well. Go online and get those seats to whatever you might want coming up, whether it's August or at any point throughout. We always thank you for being a part of our program, however it might be. That's our BankFirst Ranger Hour for this Thursday, July 25th. We'll do this again next week. We'll continue in the career world with our advising and retention coaches, and then other guests, I am sure, in next Thursday's program. Gang, our time is done. We'll come back and do this again tomorrow. Gerard's midday program comes up from 10 to 1, carries you further into the Thursday. Until tomorrow morning. So long.